Southern Siberia, the Sayan Mountains. Winter temperatures fall below -40 degrees Celsius. Snow covers the ground for 8 months each year. Human population is effectively zero. Here, cold is not weather. It is a physical system. It extracts heat from the body. It slows circulation. It stiffens muscles. It dehydrates lungs. Left unchecked, it ends life quietly. In this region, survival is arithmetic. Calories in, heat retained, shelter maintained. Mistakes accumulate. In 1978, a Soviet geological survey team flew over this territory. Their mission was routine: map mineral deposits, photograph river systems, return to base. No settlements were marked here, no roads, no infrastructure. Then one of the pilots noticed something that did not belong: smoke. A thin vertical column of wood smoke rising from uninhabited forest. The helicopter turned and descended. 4 scientists stepped onto a frozen ridge and continued on foot. They walked through dense taiga, over fallen trees, across frozen streams, through deep moss and snow. After several hours they reached a clearing. A structure stood there, log walls, bark roofing, no glass windows, hand-built, weathered, functional. Beside it was a small garden, potatoes, rye, hemp, growing in soil that should not support crops. Inside lived a family, the Lykovs. They had arrived here in 1936, more than 40 years earlier. During Stalin's religious campaigns, old believers were classified as dissidents. Public worship was restricted. Communities were dismantled. Clergy were arrested. Karp Lykov refused compliance. He removed his family from society. His wife Akulina, 2 children. They traveled east on foot, crossing rivers and mountain passes, moving deeper into forest corridors, until even seasonal hunters stopped going. Then they stopped and remained. They built shelter first, walls thick enough to slow heat loss, roof angled for snow shedding, floor raised to reduce moisture, no nails, no glass, no insulation, only timber and bark. Then they built a system. They planted crops, adjusted growing seasons to short frost windows, saved seeds, recycled nutrients, conserved every calorie. Nothing was wasted. 3 more children were born: Dmitri, Natalia, Agafia. They never saw another human, never heard a radio, never read a newspaper. Their world ended at the tree line. In the early 1960s, climate patterns shifted. Late frosts, early snowfall, crop failures, food reserves collapsed. Akulina reduced her intake, then eliminated it. She redirected her calories to her children for months, until organ failure followed. She died in 1961. No medical care, no replacement. The system lost its stabilizer. Dmitri became the primary hunter. He had no firearm, no traps. He practiced persistence hunting, chasing animals until exhaustion overtook them. In winter, often barefoot, he regulated breathing, controlled heart rate, used endurance as a weapon. Natalia and Agafia produced clothing from hemp fiber, bark thread, and animal hides. Karp maintained tools. When metal failed, he substituted wood. When parts broke, he rebuilt them. Pain was constant. Cold was structural. Hunger was managed. In 1978, the geologists arrived. Agafia hid. She had never seen strangers, never seen synthetic fabric, never seen plastic containers, never seen packaged food. She prayed, then asked quietly, "Are you people sinners?" The scientists documented everything. They realized this family had lived outside civilization for more than 4 decades, without supply chains, without medicine, without records. They brought gifts, salt, bread, matches, clothing. The family had not tasted salt in years. Sodium deficiency weakens muscles and nerves. It distorts appetite. It damages cognition. Agafia cried while eating, not from emotion, from chemical correction. Contact brought attention. It also brought disease. The Lykovs had no immunity to common pathogens. Dmitri developed pneumonia. Natalia suffered kidney failure. Karp declined after a stroke. Between 1981 and 1988, 3 members died, all from conditions modern medicine could easily treat. Agafia buried them herself. By 1988, she was alone. Age 44, no backup, no safety net, no replacement system. She inherited every task: fire management, food production, structural repair, medical self-care. Winter temperatures still reached -40. Snow still buried the hut. Silence remained complete. She maintained routine. Routine prevented collapse. Authorities offered relocation, housing, medical care, financial support. She refused. Her identity was geographic. Her belief system was environmental. Her cognitive map was forest-based. Leaving would dismantle her sense of self. She stayed. Each day followed structure: morning prayer, wood cutting, crop tending, tool repair, preservation, evening scripture. In isolation, routine replaces society. Today, helicopters visit once or twice a year. Volunteers bring flour, salt, and medicine. She accepts necessities, nothing more. No electricity, no appliances, no modern comforts. She lives at an 18th century standard, by choice. When asked why she remains, she said, "Here, everything is honest. Cold is cold. Hunger is hunger." When asked about loneliness, she said, "God is with me." Agafia Lykova represents a disappearing form of human existence: pre-industrial endurance, self-contained survival, minimal dependency. Her life is not dramatic. It is consistent, built from procedures, maintained by discipline. Survival is not courage. It is maintenance. And for more than half a century, she has maintained it. In a world built on speed, she chose patience. In a world built on noise, she chose silence. In a world built on comfort, she chose meaning. And she survived.